Hello there, this is Trunks for Your Nerdy Geeky, and this episode is a nerdy news episode, but once again it's a Star Wars lore episode, and I wanted to clear up another misconception. A lot of people out there believe that Luke Skywalker was the one in the end, and the Jedi Council got it wrong, and it wasn't Anakin Skywalker. It's already been basically confirmed anyway that it is Anakin Skywalker, not Luke Skywalker, so that theory is completely debunked, even by the professionals. But the reason why Luke Skywalker is not the one is because Luke Skywalker didn't bring balance to the Force. He didn't. He didn't actually kill a Sith or Jedi. In fact, if you watch it, I can't even think off the top of my head someone he did kill that wasn't a Stormtrooper. Basically, what happened is for some reason, the Jedi, as powerful and as wise as they are, and Yoda is like nearly 900 years old in Episode 1, he is 900 years old in Episode 6, couldn't get their heads around the fact that balance means the same on both sides. So, you've got a load of light and a little bit of dark. That's not balance, dark, loads of light, imbalanced. For some reason, they didn't pick up on this and realise that if Anakin Skywalker was to bring balance to the Force, he would have to bring balance to both sides and make them equal. He couldn't. It was either he was going to create loads more Sith, or he was going to kill the Jedi. And he wasn't going to create loads more Sith, really, was he? Because they always form the rule of two now after Darth Bane, where there's only a master and an apprentice. Although that gets a bit blurry when the apprentice has an apprentice who has like something else, and there's Inquisitors in there as well, and I think the Emperor's Guards are Force sensitive as well. So anyway, it gets a bit mixed up, but effectively there is a main master and a main apprentice, and that is what Darth Bane's rule of two is, to try and save the Sith from killing themselves, killing each other. But basically, Anakin Skywalker killed most of the Jedi, or almost all of the Jedi. I mean, there's some ones out there, lesser ones that are still alive, that suppress their Force power, but they don't use the Force. Therefore, they're not manipulating the Force. Therefore, they're not exerting a Force upon the well of the Force. So yeah, they're kind of neutral. Like, yeah, they can use the Force, but they don't. So you know, so he killed all the Jedi, or most of the Jedi, and then hunted down the rest of them. And there's only a few Jedi left. But then there was a few Sith. I mean, there's obviously you got Emperor Palpatine, and you got Darth Vader, when he obviously Anakin Skywalker to the dark side and became Darth Vader. It was mostly just them two, but then you've got other Sith and Jedi that pop up. I mean, in the new series, you've got Ezra and Kanan, you got Starkiller, and all this, and so you got little bits and bobs out there. But I would imagine that on the galactic or the universal scale, these little people don't really waver this balanced scale very much at all. So really what you got to look at is the really powerful ones like Yoda on the light side, and he's got to weigh that scale down. And then you got Darth Sidious, who's badass, and he's going to weigh that scale down. And you got Darth Vader as well. And eventually Luke Skywalker comes along. But Luke Skywalker didn't actually kill the Sith or Jedi. He didn't kill anyone. He didn't even kill Darth Vader. I'm just going to say he didn't. Darth Vader killed himself. Emperor Palpatine technically killed Darth Vader by electrocuting him. But what happened is Darth Vader killed all the Jedi. And then he turned back into a Jedi right at the end, which is why he could become a Jedi Force Ghost and not a Sith Force Ghost. And he killed Emperor Palpatine. While he saw Emperor Palpatine being all evil and hurting his son. It was a very touching father-son moment. Also recalls back to when he first thought the Jedi were bad, and it was like the Supreme Chancellor Palpatine was like trying to electrocute Mace Windu, and Mace Windu was throwing it back at him, and he realises, oh, actually Mace Windu was in the right. He was just protecting himself. Crap! I killed so many people because I sort of came into this argument halfway through. So anyway, he kills the Emperor by throwing him down a really big hole. This kind of sucked, I'm not going to lie. Like, it was cool, the scene was cool. The whole no they added, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Don't do that. It should have been a silent sacrifice. It's even nice to say, silent sacrifice. The original was better before they changed it. So he picks up the Emperor silently and throws him down a giant hole and kills him. But the Emperor obviously is electrocuted by then. You see his skull and you see his bones, and he's again electrocuted. And it's obviously his hardware, his life support system's broke, so he's dying. He can't breathe under his lava-damaged lungs. And he's dying. So what has Darth Vader done? He's killed all the Jedi. and he's killed all the Sith. He is the last Sith, and he is dying, or the last Jedi, and he is dying. Obi-Wan's dead. Yoda's dead. Everyone's dead, basically. And you've got Luke Skywalker. And Luke Skywalker's kind of hinted, especially with his black ensemble, that he's hinted to be a bit of a dark Jedi. He touched on the dark side while fighting Darth Vader. He gets really angry. The reason why he beats Darth Vader and cuts off his hand is because he touches on the dark side and he gets really angry, but he pulls himself back. Luke Skywalker has a lot of the Force. I mean, he's like a quarter pure Force kind of thing. If you think Darth Vader's like half human from Shmi and like half Force, Luke Skywalker's kind of like a quarter of that. Like, he's a bit of Darth Vader, bit of Padme, but a bit of Force as well. So he touches on the dark side, but has the willpower to pull himself back, and he's kind of like a grey Jedi. He's a bit in the middle. Obviously, in The Force Awakens, we're going to see what's happened to him, but apparently he went into exile for a while, or he hasn't been seen in a while, hence the beard, the kind of Obi-Wan look. So, yeah, at the end, there was basically just Luke left, who was using the Force, and he was a bit of both. He was the balance. He wasn't one or the other. He kind of stood in the middle of these scales and sort of balanced them out. Of course, in an expanded universe, he goes and makes loads more Jedi and just really just undoes all the death that has happened in the last sort of 20 to 40 years. So, well done, Luke. You screwed everything up all over again. So, yeah, that is why Anakin Skywalker, or Darth Vader, one and the same, really, you know, different sides of the same coin. But Anakin Skywalker was the chosen one. Also, Anakin Skywalker was created by Darth Sidious and Darth Plagueis, which I mentioned in another video about that scene that Darth Sidious, or Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, with Anakin Skywalker, is talking about Darth Plagueis the Wise. I sort of explained that in another video recently. So please go and watch that if you do want to, and you will understand why Anakin Skywalker was created half Force, half human. And that is why he was the chosen one. He was created to be the chosen one. He was actually literally created. He wasn't really, you know, Shmi never had a lover. He was created intentionally to be the one. But Darth Plagueis actually thought he failed, so he didn't actually know that Anakin Skywalker had been born. Now, I suspect that Emperor Palpatine, or Chancellor Palpatine, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine, or whenever he figured, I suspect that he figured it out in the end. It actually works, and this is the chosen one. And I wouldn't even be surprised if in Episode 1 he figured that out, and that's why he's sort of become buddy-buddy with him, but didn't tell Plagueis, because he wants to kill Plagueis and send to Master to have Darth Maul. Darth Maul was, in Episode 1, the apprentice of the apprentice, because Darth Plagueis was still alive in Episode 1, and Darth Sidious was the apprentice, but then he had an apprentice, which is why this whole Rule of Two thing gets a bit fuzzy. So anyway, that is why Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader is the chosen one, and Luke isn't. He is the son of the chosen one. Luke enables Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, to fulfill his destiny and kill both Jedi and Sith to bring balance to the Force. The only way to bring balance is to make both sides equal. And somehow the Jedi just didn't figure that out. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please, if I've missed anything, or if I've got anything wrong, or you have a different interpretation, please put it in the comment section below. I would love to read it, love to hear about it. But yeah, thank you for watching.